Hello, Heartland fans. Get ready for an episode that will leave you breathless and teary eyed in all the best ways. Today, we're delving into season 19, episode 1, a monumental chapter in the Heartland saga that has shocked fans around the world. And that's right, Ty Borden is back. After the heartbreak of losing him, we suddenly find ourselves faced with the incredible possibility that he's alive. How, you ask? Is it a dream, a flashback, or something more extraordinary? Stick around as we break down every detail, from the moment Amy discovers his return to how the entire family copes with this revelation. If you love Heartland's signature mix of family, drama, and healing, this episode delivers it all in a powerfully emotional package. Let's saddle up and dive in. Before we plunge into this roller coaster, let's briefly set the scene for anyone who may be new to Heartland or in need of a refresher. Heartland is a beloved Canadian drama set against the gorgeous landscapes of rural Alberta. It follows the trials, triumphs, and connections of the Fleming Bartlett family on their cherished ranch. Over the years, we've grown especially attached to Amy Fleming, played wonderfully by Amber Marshall, and Ty Borden, portrayed by Graham Wardle. Their relationship evolved from friendship to a powerful soulmate bond over more than a decade of storytelling. They faced hardships together, built a life filled with hope, and welcomed a beautiful daughter, Lindy. However, in season 14, Heartland fans were blindsided by a tragic twist. Ty's life was cut short. This storyline arose from Graham Wardle's personal decision to step away from the show. Viewers around the globe felt that loss deeply. Amy became a young widow, left to raise Lindy in the empty space that Ty once filled so vibrantly. Her journey since then has been marked by quiet strength and a deep well of sorrow. Yet here we are in season 19, episode 1, with the impossible becoming possible. Ty Borden is apparently alive and returning to Heartland. How does this happen and why now? Let's step into that very moment when the sun rises on the ranch and Amy is about to have her whole world turned upside down again. The episode opens on a calm, familiar morning at Heartland Ranch. Horses graze in open fields, a soft breeze moves through the barn, and we find Amy going about her routine. She's busy tending to the horses, and in the distance we see Lindy, a little older now, playing with her own pony. It's peaceful, but that quiet sense of longing for Ty still hangs in the air. For a moment, she just stands there, stunned, with her hand hovering over the letter. When she finally musters the courage to open it, the words are as shocking as you'd imagine. Ty reveals that he had to leave due to a critical undercover operation, so dangerous that he couldn't contact anyone for their own safety. Now that the mission is over, he's coming home. Amy's reaction is profound. All the grief, hope, confusion, and disbelief converge as she rereads Ty's words. Her hands tremble, her throat tightens. She can scarcely believe her eyes. Is this real? Could her husband truly be alive? Or is this some cruel prank? Next, Amy shares the news with Lou, her ever-practical sister. True to form, Lou is busy juggling phone calls and schedules when Amy drops the bombshell. A Ty is alive. The phone slips from Lou's hand. Tears fill her eyes, and she pulls Amy into a fierce hug. There's so much relief, so much emotion in that moment. Ty was more than her sister's husband. He was family, an integral part of the ranch. In typical Lou style, she processes her joy by getting organized. Within minutes, she's on the phone, planning a welcome home gathering and brainstorming ways to make Ty's first day back unforgettable. Then comes Georgie, who practically grew up with Ty as a mentor and big brother figure. The news sends her into a joyful, breathless frenzy, half tears, half excitement. She immediately starts pulling together a scrapbook of pictures, tickets from her competitions, mementos of family milestones, anything that would show Ty that, despite his absence, he was never forgotten. Tim's reaction is perhaps the most complex. He's always been protective, sometimes clashing with Ty over Amy's well-being. When he hears the news, he's skeptical. Are we sure this is real? But once he sees the genuine hope in Amy's face, he softens. Tim processes emotions differently than most. He tries to stay busy, fixing fences, checking gates, ensuring everything on the ranch is secure. It's his way of quietly showing he cares. Underneath his gruff exterior, he knows exactly how monumental this is for Amy and Lindy. Finally, there's Lindy, the bright-eyed little girl at the heart of this miracle. Amy sits her down gently and explains that a daddy is coming home. Lindy's eyes go wide with a mixture of curiosity and excitement. She's seen pictures of Ty, heard countless stories, but she was so young when he left that she barely remembers him. Now she dances around the house, drawing pictures of their family reunited. She can't fully grasp the situation, but her radiant excitement is infectious. As the sun sets and a warm glow blankets the ranch, there's an electric current of hope in the air. The entire family is on edge, preparing food, tidying the property, and glancing anxiously at the driveway. Finally, headlights pierce the dusk and a car rolls up the gravel path. The door opens. Out steps Ty Borden. He's older, leaner, and etched with the hardships of whatever mission took him away. But those eyes, those are still the caring, determined eyes Amy knows so well. Amy stands frozen for a split second. Then Lindy bolts forward, eager to meet the father she's heard so much about. Ty scoops her up, tears shining in his eyes, and Amy rushes in to join the embrace. For the family, time seems to slow down, as if capturing a moment so precious it transcends all the sorrow that came before it. It's an intensely raw and vulnerable reunion. Everyone clusters around, hugging Ty, shaking his hand, offering gentle smiles through tear-filled eyes. Yet, underneath the relief, there's an unspoken question. What exactly happened to Ty? And why did he stay away for so long? As the family settles in, Ty shares the basics. The undercover operation required total secrecy to protect him and, more importantly, to protect them. He couldn't risk contacting anyone. He knew it would cause heartache, but it was the only way to keep them safe. Amy listens quietly, her eyes never leaving Ty's. She can see the guilt, the exhaustion, and the lingering adrenaline that still courses through him. She forgives him. She knows Ty would never have hurt them if there was any other option. But that doesn't erase the years of separation, the nights she cried herself to sleep, the birthdays and milestones he missed. If you think Ty's return instantly restores life to how it once was, think again. True to Heartland's roots in realistic storytelling, the path forward is complicated. Each family member has wrestled with grief and moved on in different ways. They're all overjoyed, of course, but now they must navigate a brand new reality. For Amy and Ty, this means getting to know each other again after years apart, with heartbreak and longing left behind them like footprints in the snow. In a series of tender conversations by the fireplace, in the barn, and out in the fields, Ty opens up. He describes the danger he faced, the sacrifices he made, and the guilt he carries for letting them believe he was gone. Amy, in turn, shares the story of her life without him, raising Lindy, trying to maintain the ranch, and coping with her grief in private and public ways. Their love is still there, but it needs careful nurturing. They aren't simply picking up where they left off. They're starting over with a deeper understanding of what it means to lose each other. One of the most tender subplots in this episode is Ty's reconnection with Lindy. She's old enough now to ask questions, to wonder why her daddy disappeared, and to feel a bit unsure about this stranger who's suddenly in her life. Ty, driven by love and regret, approaches her gently. He invites her for a ride on Spartan, the horse that has been with them through so many life-changing moments. Together, father and daughter ride across the ranch under a brilliant Alberta sky. Lindy laughs with childlike wonder as Ty points out favorite trails and recites stories of how he and Amy used to ride those same paths. Gradually, Lindy loosens up. She chatters about her own adventures, her favorite animals, and the dreams she's had of him. For Ty, every giggle and smile is a reminder that he has a second chance to be the father he yearned to be. At the end of their ride, Ty kneels beside Lindy and looks her right in the eye. He promises her, solemnly and sincerely, "I will always be here for you. I promise." Tears spring to Amy's eyes as she watches from a short distance. In that moment, the weight of the past lifts just a little. Lindy hugs her dad tightly, as if she never wants to let go. It's both heartwarming and heart-wrenching, a perfect encapsulation of Heartland's emotional core. Life on the ranch begins to shift with Ty's presence. Routines are disrupted, but in a way that feels hopeful and renewing. Ty helps with feeding and grooming the horses, repairs broken fences, and meticulously looks after Spartan. Each small contribution is a step toward reclaiming the life he once led. But this also stirs up bittersweet emotions. Jack, who has long been the grounding force for Amy and Lindy, must now step aside to give Ty space to take on fatherly and husbandly roles again. He and Ty share a quietly moving scene in the barn one evening. Jack, with his usual mixture of caution and affection, lays a hand on Ty's shoulder and confesses, "I never gave up hoping, but I didn't dare believe." They don't say much more, but that brief exchange conveys years of bottled up heartbreak and relief. Meanwhile, Lou experiences her own internal balancing act. She wants to celebrate Ty's return wholeheartedly, but she also knows this calls for a readjustment of everyone's responsibilities. She helps orchestrate ways for Amy and Ty to spend quality time together, covering ranch duties and making sure Lindy remains comfortable during this transition. Lou and Ty even share a touching moment on the front porch. Ere she admits, "I'm proud of you, Ty. You sacrificed so much, and I can't imagine how hard that was." It's a simple statement, but it carries the weight of years of admiration and gratitude. Georgie, ever inspired by Ty's resilience, channels her joy and relief into action. She trains hard with Phoenix and even starts coaching younger riders who visit the ranch. Seeing Ty again reminds her that life is unpredictable, and she wants to seize every chance to grow. This subplot underlines how interconnected the family truly is, each member finding new motivations in the wake of Ty's miraculous comeback. Tim, perhaps the most prickly of the bunch, has a long overdue, honest conversation with Ty over a cup of coffee in the barn loft. Tim demands details about the mission, about why Ty took so long to inform them. Ty lays it all out: the risks, the mental toll, the protective secrecy. Slowly, Tim's defensive posture relaxes. He realizes Ty isn't the kid he once butted heads with. He's a man who put his own life on the line for the sake of his family. It's a quiet but pivotal scene, signaling that their relationship will also evolve. At the heart of this episode is the renewed bond between Amy and Ty. Their love has always been the emotional core of Heartland. Now, after years of sorrow, heartbreak, and resilience, they find themselves standing at the edge of a new chapter. Preemie. The closeness they share is laced with deep understanding. Each has walked a lonely road while apart, and the scars of that journey linger. In several intimate nighttime scenes, you'll see them talking softly by the flickering light of the fireplace, or gazing at the stars while huddled under a blanket in the yard. They speak openly about their fears. Amy worries that Ty may still carry the weight of his mission, and Ty struggles with regret over everything he's missed. Yet these conversations shine with hope. They reaffirm the love that has always bound them and the future they can still build together. One poignant moment occurs when Ty lifts Lindy into his lap while Amy settles in beside them on the couch. They flip through a photo album that Lou helped prepare, full of Lindy's early drawings, pictures of Amy training horses, and family events Ty never got to see. It's bittersweet, a testament to how time moved forward without him, but it also opens the door to forging new memories as a reunited family. As the episode nears its end, there's a sense that while the biggest shock has passed, the deeper challenges are just beginning. Ty's homecoming is only the first step. Rebuilding trust and routine will be a process that spans the entire season. Yet for all the bumps in the road, this moment is one of extraordinary hope. The kind of hope Heartland has always championed. We see final glimpses of each character coping in their own way. Jack in the barn, quietly reflecting on how faith and patience can lead to miracles. Lou on the porch, scribbling down plans for a potential expansion of the ranch's horse therapy program, one she hopes Amy and Ty can co-manage. Georgie in the paddock, feeling more determined than ever to excel in her competitions. Tim checking in on everyone more frequently, albeit under the guise of casual ranch business. And of course, Amy, Ty, and Lindy sitting by the fireplace as a family, forging new bonds that will guide them through the trials yet to come. Season 19. Episode 1 is nothing short of a heartfelt masterpiece. The long-anticipated return of Ty Borden injects fresh energy into Heartland, reminding us why we fell in love with this series in the first place. More than just a sentimental reunion, this episode opens up an array of storylines about healing, growth, and redefining family roles. It sets the stage for an emotional journey where each member of the Heartland family must reconcile the past and learn to embrace the future. We're likely to see Ty struggle with the psychological aftermath of his undercover mission, while Amy balances her role as a loving partner and a mother who has already learned to survive on her own. Lindy's innocent and open hearted acceptance of her father will be tested by the complexities of grown up conflicts. And the entire Heartland clan will have to adjust to a man they once mourned, who is now standing right in front of them, ready to take back the life he left behind. For fans who have yearned for the days he might somehow come back, this episode is a dream come true. But it's also a testament to Heartland's timeless themes: love, second chances, and unwavering family bonds. It echoes what so many of us believe, that even in the darkest moments, there is always room for hope, forgiveness, and redemption. Hey there, Heartland fans. You know those moments that make your heart soar, bring tears to your eyes, or keep you on the edge of your seat? We want to hear all about them. Right now, we're calling on you to share your absolute favorite Heartland memories, those scenes that still give you chills or bring back that feeling of pure joy. Think about Amy's emotional horse rescues, Ty's heartfelt promises, or Jack's wise, grounding words around the ranch. Maybe it's a milestone like Lou's big accomplishments or Georgie's first major competition. Whatever it is, if it stuck with you, we want to know. So drop a comment below and let us know which Heartland moment made you fall in love with the show. All over again. Feel free to include a quick story of why that moment means so much to you. Who knows? Your comment might even be featured in an upcoming video where we celebrate the best of Heartland, chosen by the biggest fans out there. That's you. And while you're here, make sure to hit that like button if Heartland has ever made you smile, cry, or inspired you to chase your dreams. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll always be the first to catch our latest discussions, episode breakdowns, and behind the scenes looks from the ranch. We can't wait to hear about all your treasured memories from Heartland. Until next time, stay kind, stay hopeful, and keep the Heartland spirit alive. I want to take a moment to celebrate the Heartland scenes that I just can't get enough of, the ones that stuck with me long after the credits rolled. First up is the day Amy rescues Spartan. I still remember the raw emotion on her face as she earns his trust, showing just how deeply she cares for horses in need. It's such a powerful moment that perfectly captures the heart of the show. Then there's Amy and Ty's very first kiss. Talk about fireworks. The buildup of their friendship, the stolen glances, and finally that kiss under the stars. I felt like I was holding my breath, cheering them on every step of the way. It's easily one of Heartland's most iconic romantic moments. Next is their wedding. Watching them say their vows, surrounded by family and the breathtaking Alberta scenery, was beyond magical. Every time I revisit that scene, it reminds me that love stories can be simple, genuine, and deeply meaningful all at once. And I can't forget the arrival of little Lindy, whose birth brought a whole new layer of warmth to the ranch. Seeing Amy and Ty as parents was such a joy. Talk about bringing the family full circle. And of course, Grandpa Jack's wise guidance has to be on my list. Every time he shares his steadying advice, it feels like a warm hug on a tough day. His presence is the glue that keeps everyone together. These moments are why Heartland holds a special place in my heart. Whether it's romance, family ties, or personal growth, it never fails to inspire and uplift. Those are a few of my all-time favorite moments. What are yours? Feel free to share, and let's keep celebrating the magic of Heartland together. Until next time, stay kind, stay hopeful, and keep that Heartland spirit alive.